This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Totally Dacob. I got my good guy, best buddy, friend till the end, Heidi effing ho, Chuckalicious Chucky with me because we're gonna be talking Chucky, the TV show, season 1, episode 4. Gonna review it for you guys quickly here. Chucky, you are my nugget. That tush is amazing. So Chucky, just stay with me, will ya, for a second here. Listen, the Chucky show left us at the end of episode 3. Lexi's house is burning down. Chucky stabbed one of the kids in the house. It's all a mess. It's burning. He's attacking Lexi. We don't know if Lexi is alive or dead. Spoiler alert, because we're entering episode 4 now. You've been warned. Spoilers ahead. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Episode 4 is an homage to Halloween 2, because almost the entire episode takes place in the hospital of Hackensack's hospital. Very much like Laurie Strode in the hospital and Michael Myers running after her all through the hospital. So it's very much Halloween 2. I'm living for it. The new intro, because we know we have a different intro for every episode, the new Chucky logo that appears in episode 4 is formed out of all utensils that you can use in a hospital, from needles to stuff to cut bones. It's scary, and you know something scary is going to happen because we're in a hospital. But there's no Chucky. There's no Chucky. The episode begins with no Chucky. We do have another flashback. From episode to episode, we get more flashbacks about Charles Lee Ray's life. So we left him last episode, he killed his mother. And the serial killer of Hackensack back in the day said, "Oh, congratulations, kid, you got guts." The serial killer didn't kill him, but gave him a knife to say, "Here you go, this is a trinket of my appreciation for you because you killed your mother for me, to show me that you can." Crazy. Now we're in the 70s. Charles Lee Ray has grown up a little bit more. He's a teenager, and he is in a sort of a, because he's all alone, doesn't have a family, father killed, he killed his mother. So he's in either an orphanage or a boarding school of sorts with younger kids, and he kind of manipulates the younger kids to do stuff for him. He's becoming really scary. He looks like Peter Pan. They cast a teenage boy that really looks like Peter Pan, but with curly hair, super creepy looking. And he reads the story of Peter Pan and Hook, Captain Hook, to the kids, and he wants them to hunt down Captain Hook. Turns out that Captain Hook, who he kills and chops his hand off and puts a hook instead of his arm into his arm, is the, I think turns out to be the cleaning guy of the school or the boarding school or the orphanage. Really creepy. So he takes the kids out on a journey to look for Captain Hook, and they find him dead in the bushes with an amputated arm and a hook stuck to his arm. It's like really gross. So all the kids start screaming and running away from him, except for one kid. One kid is looking at it, intrigued, and then Charles Lee Ray knows, just like when he was a kid and the other serial killer got to him, he knows that that kid has future. But we don't know who that kid will become in the future. We could guess, but we don't know yet who that other new potential serial killer will become. And of course, the police come to the orphanage / boarding school because the body has been found. Charles Lee Ray knows he has to run away. He packs his suitcase and leaves. But before he leaves, he gives the kid a present, a box. And he said, "This is for you. You did well." The kid opens the box, and in the box is the chopped off hand of the cleaning guy. The cleaning guy who had a tattoo on his arm here of a hook. So Charles Lee Ray chopped off his tattooed hook hand and placed a real hook inside. Gross. Anyway, so that's as far as the flashback goes. We're in the hospital. Lexi's sister is alive, but she's on a respirator. She's fighting for her life. We don't know where Lexi is. Jake is running through the hospital. He's kind of looking for, doesn't know what's happening. He's looking into the room where Lexi's sister is laying in, and Lexi kind of grabs him from the back, and he turns around. We have that kind of jump scare moment, and then we see that Lexi actually survived. She doesn't have a scratch on her body. She's all good. She now knows about Chucky. And she tells Jack, oh God, I forgot. Jack or Jake? Why am I forgetting? Is it Jack or Jake? Anyway, she tells him like, hey, why did you send your doll to kill me? Why did you want to kill me? He's like, because you're an asshole. She's like, oh my God, you're so rude. Why did you want to kill me? And of course, but then, you know, whatever. They be beefing at a certain point. They kind of make amends. And now they're kind of starting to fight together to, you know, I see the group of kids forming to fight Chucky. And it's fabulous. So anyway, she's super angry at Jack/Jake for having given Chucky to her sister to kill her. But he says he kind of apologizes to her, lame ass apology. Anyway, she says, well, the least you can do is now help me. We gotta look for that creepy doll. Let's go back to my house that's burnt down. And the last I saw him was in my bedroom. So here we have a continuity error because Lexi's wearing one outfit as they leave the hospital, and then she's wearing a totally different outfit as they arrive outside of her house. She did mention as they were leaving the hospital, like, oh, I got to take a shower. I'm all sweaty. I think they added, we don't see her say that. We just hear her say that as her back is shown to us as she's leaving the hospital. So I think they might have added that voiceover just to kind of try to justify the fact that by the time Lexi arrives to her house, she has a different outfit on, but she didn't enter the house yet. She had no time to shower or to change clothes yet. So that's a big continuity error, in my humble opinion. If I got that wrong, please let me know in the comment sections down below. How did she just change miraculously outfits? Anyway, Chucky, maybe you know. So, but we did see Chucky in the hospital. He's been kind of running around the hospital, breathing. We have his POV sometimes filming. So I'm thinking they're leaving now. The kids are going back to her house, but Chucky's in the hospital. And yet, no, Chucky made it back to their house as well. How did he make it back to their house? How come nobody see him running around the hospital? How come nobody see him walking around the city or going or jumping into a car? How did he get from the hospital? First of all, how did he get from the burning house to the hospital? I want to know. And then I want to know, how did he get from the hospital back to the burnt house? But he made it back. So anyway, we have this moment where Lexi and Jack or Jake are going up the staircase, trying to go to her bedroom. Again, she's like, why did you want to kill me? Blah, blah, blah. They have a fight. He pushes her or something, and she kind of almost falls off of the second floor of the or the first floor of the house down to, but he grabs her. And at that point, Chucky appears downstairs. But we only see him like backlit, so you don't see his face yet. But you see something is terribly wrong with Chucky because he survived the fire, didn't he? Boy, oh boy, this is the most terrifying Chucky I've ever... I mean, I've seen him in really ugly versions of his head chopped off, cut, you know, locked in a closet just ahead with, you know, with studs and shit all over him. But now, half of his face, and again, this is very reference to Halloween Kills, you know, Michael Myers having half of his mask melted. Half of Chucky's face is literally melted, and it's like down here. He looks like a blob. Like half of the face is normal, the other face is completely melted. It is creepy AF, and I am living for it. And he's like only talking through half of his mouth. Like it's so creepy, but it's amazing. And he kind of goes and wants to, you know, wants Jake to let go of Lexi, to let her fall and die. And he's like, you can do it, Jake or Jack. Chucky, what is it, Jake or Jack? Anyway, whatever. He's not going to talk here, is he? And, but of course, Jake decides not to drop her. He said, I can't do it, Chucky. I'm not like you. I can't kill people. He saves Lexi. Lexi says, thank you. So anyway, in that moment, the cops come in. The police officer was a douchebag since the first episode. The one who always tries to make jokes, but they always backfire. He's a total douche. So you know he has it coming. So at that point, Chucky hears the police officer coming. So Chucky just freezes, sits down, acting dead. The guy comes in and says, yeah, Lexi's sister's mother and dad told me to come back to find Chucky because the sister loves Chucky. So he finds Chucky sitting there. He picks him up and the kids say, no, don't take him, don't take him. He's like, what are you guys doing here? You're not allowed to be, this is a crime scene. You're not allowed to be back here anyway. So anyway, they run after the police officer. The police officer is now taking Chucky away. They're running to the hospital. They can't find the police officer in the hospital somehow. The police officer loses Chucky. The police officer goes to the room of Lexi's sister where Chucky is sitting. Or no, I don't know. He took Chucky to her room. He puts Chucky on the table next to him while he's stealing the sister's cookies. He's that ratchet. He keeps stealing the cookies. He's opening boxes of cookies that the little sister received as a gift, as a get well soon gift. He tastes every cookie. He doesn't really like them. He's just rude. Chucky is placed to sit next to a little kind of utensil box that has all the weapons he needs, from scissors to syringes, you name it, he got it. So, long story short, he kills the police officer in the hospital right next to Lexi's sister on the floor. He stabs him with a bunch of drugs, and the police officer starts bleeding from every crevice of his body, including from underneath his nails. Great scene, by the way. The aesthetic, how they shot, the cinematography is just amazing. This is movie quality, you guys. This is not TV show quality. Loving it. It feels like watching Pedro Almodovar filming horror to me. So anyway, the police officer is dead on the floor. And Chucky's stabbing him, and Chucky's face is like half melted. And as he's stabbing him, he said, "I never liked your face anyway." You know, he was annoyed by this police officer, and so were we. Nobody liked him. So Chucky, deformed as he is saying this, "I never liked your face. I never liked your face anyway. So ugly." And then he looks up and sees himself in the mirror, in the hospital mirror. And then he says, this is the comedic moment of the show, of the episode. He looks in the mirror and he says, "I might be projecting a little." Because he's like so ugly at this point, but adorable. So he's still a sense of humor while he's killing someone. And so that's what Chucky did. That was the joke of the moment. Long story shorter, even shorter still, the kids are talking to Devin. So that's kind of Jack's or Jake's love interest. The other boy who is doing the podcast on Hack and Sack Slashers. Lexi talks to Devin and tells him, "Hey, you know, the Chucky story, it's real. Chucky is really a killer." So now Devin is also in on it. He also knows the truth. Devin knows the truth. Jack knows the truth, and Lexi knows the truth. And now they're unifying, and like Debbie in the chat says, group of kids to take out a monster? Sounds like it. Yes. It's Jake. Thank you, Debbie. Jake. It sounds like it. Yeah, it does have a little bit of that kind of kids going against it type of scenario. But I'm living for it because this is much better than it. Sorry, Stephen King. I love you to bits, but Don Mancini really delivered with Chucky something that is just incredible. Anyway, the parents are fighting. Junior's parents are fighting with Lexi's parents, blaming each other. Who's guilty for the fire in the house? Nobody takes care of their kids. How dare you? And then they kind of throw each other a lot of things. Junior's dad's mom is trying to tell her husband that something is wrong with their marriage, because as we know, we think that she has an affair. I'm starting to think that she maybe has an affair with a woman and not with a man, but who knows? Everything is possible here. Or who knows? Maybe there's going to be a plot twist. But she's just about to tell him something as the parents of Lexi come in and they start kind of fighting with each other. The police officer, who is Devin's mom, comes in, interrupts them and says, "Don't do that, stop it, there's more important things to do, because the kid that died in the fire in your house was murdered. We got the reports, he didn't burn in the fire, he was stabbed to death. So we got a murderer on our hands." So then she takes Jake to the side, tries to make him confess either that he did it or that he has some technical power ability to make Chucky do it. And she's just about to make him confess when an alarm starts ringing, because Chucky unplugged the respiratory system or the machinery necessary to keep Lexi's sister alive. So all the doctors and nurses are running into Lexi's sister's room where the dead police officer is. They find that her electricity thing was unplugged. They plug it back in. They find the police officer. They scream. Lexi, Jack, Devin arrive to the scene of the crime. They're looking through the glass windows. Chucky is seated where the police officer let him sit. Everybody's in shock. The kids look at Chucky. Chucky looks at them back, lifts his middle finger, and that's the end of the episode. Living for it. Living for it. that's the end of the episode. I was trying to keep it as compact as possible because my last reviews, I was noticing when I'm reviewing these episodes, my reviews are longer than the actual episodes. I'm like, Dacob, what gives? But that's the gist. Technically, there's not really a lot more to say about this episode because psychologically speaking, it was about Jake and Lexi starting to acquaint themselves with each other. Of course, they're going to become best of friends. I feel that coming. And there's this kind of slow unifying force of the kids coming together to fight Chucky. It's the group isn't fully formed just yet, but the premise has been set. And I think from episode 5, because now Lexi knows, Devin knows, Jake knows, they're unifying. They see where Chucky is. I wonder how Chucky's going to get out of that situation, from that hospital. And how is he going to get separated from the kids now? So we had this hospital episode. Super curious about how episode 5 is going to look like. And I'm starting to think, when is Tiffany going to arrive? When is Jennifer Tilly going to make her triumphant appearance? And Andy as well. So I'm looking forward to all of this. I loved episode 4. The music, again, spot on. Wonderful soundtrack. Every episode has a wonderful soundtrack. Debbie says, it was awesome. Can't wait for the next one. It was super awesome, Debs, right? But yay, Chucky, says Gary. Yeah, Chucky's amazing. Dondism says, Chucky coming for the Oompa Loompas that created the number 5 factory collection. I know. I'm telling you guys, Chucky is back. And I'm so thrilled with this show. I cannot wait for them to announce if and when they're going to make a DVD out of this show, because or a Blu-ray. Even better. I'm definitely going to be purchasing that one because I want to watch it. I already watched every episode like twice or 3 times. I just think they're that amazing. But I hope that they make a really cool set. I wish that they made some sort of really special box art collectible for this show. It merits. It's a wonderful TV show. Don Mancini, you are incredible. I am so hoping you make season 2 because this thing, what you're doing, it's really, really so beautifully done. Kudos to you. I mean, wow, just a masterpiece. Really a masterpiece. The comedic timing, the horror, the psychology, the casting, cinematography, the music, just really, really beautiful. And let's not talk about the new Chucky. The new burnt face, like half of the melting. Let's not call him burnt face Chucky, because we also have a burnt face Chucky from, the 80s, 90s. I'm talking about the melting face Chucky. That's going to be a wonderful toy. That's going to be a wonderful action figure. Trick or Treat Studios or NECA. I'm waiting. And I am, a wallet is open. Take my money. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, thumb it up and let me know what you think in the comment section down below about Chucky season 1 episode 4, but also in general the entire season, really, because I mean, man. Oh, Debbie says, I'm glad I bought it on Amazon. Julie says, I'm really enjoying the show. I posted on Facebook telling my friends to watch. I'm telling you, Julie, and you know what the thing is, it's really well thought through, right? Chucky, wait, where is it? This one here. I like to put this always behind his ear. Yeah, that's more better, more fresh. They thought it really well. They thought through everything in such a good way. And I said this of the analysis of prior episodes. It's so good that ultimately, it was supposed to be shot earlier, but then the other Chucky movie came out, not with Don Mancini, and then the lockdown hit. So maybe Don Mancini had some time to fine-tune even more the concept and the aesthetics, because let me tell you, it's so beautifully done. You feel that thought went into it. You really do. You really do. Yes, there's the continuity mistake with Lexi's outfit. I still don't know if maybe they had to cut out a scene. Maybe she went to Jake's house to shower, but then how would she have female clothes to wear after that, to change? Maybe she went to Jake's home to shower. Maybe there was a moment, but she knows he's gay, so she wouldn't be really flirting with him. I don't know why they would make such a huge continuity error of her having one outfit when she leaves the hospital with Jake, and then another outfit as she arrives to her home. Debbie says every episode is a movie. It really feels like a movie. It feels like every episode is a movie, and the evolution of Chucky is amazing. If Chucky, in episode 4, has the melted face, I can't even imagine how further it's going to go, how much more he's going to morph and develop. And I'm so curious to see that. And also, like, you guys, you know, we've heard of Glenn and Glenda. He mentioned him in the last episodes. So will Glenn and Glenda, or Glenn or Glenda, come back? Are we going to see Glenn and Glenda? How is the Glenn or Glenda, or Glenn and Glenda doll going to look like? I mean, oh my gosh. It's like with every episode, more opportunities and possibilities open up, and it's a whole world is delivered. Character development is really great. The only thing I'm worried about right now is that it's going to end way too soon. But think about it this way. We still have 6 episodes to go, and it's already so far down, because now we have the trio the kids have formed. They're going to battle him. What are they going to fight him, run after him for 6 episodes? For 6 episodes, you know it's going to be more than that. You know there's going to be way more than just hunting down Chucky, because so much happens in every episode. That means that we're not going to be spending 6 episodes running after him. There's going to be so many more plot twists coming. It's just beautiful. And the way that they shot the 70s scenes with Charles Lee Ray, also the aesthetic of it, also very, I want to say, it's very, very Wes Anderson in the style of filming. Also, just for those little snippets of flashbacks, the casting, even for those characters that appear only for half a minute, even the casting for those side characters is amazing. The nurse caretaker of that boarding school or orphanage is also masterfully cast. You want to make a whole movie just about her, the costume, the makeup. She's amazing. You're mesmerized by her, even if you're seeing her only for a minute. All of the kids that are following Charles Lee Ray in the 70s flashback, even those kids are, you want a whole TV show just about them. Like, that's how beautiful this thing is. I'm just in awe. Thank you so much, Don Mancini, for this. You've really given me a gift like I've never expected it to be this good. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, never forget to never give up on love, and subscribe to my channel here on Totally Dacob. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye.